Hey everyone, this is Sarah and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I make this really sweet, no pun intended, donut activity page for your child's busy book. You can see all these little pieces that I have cut out here. These are from a template that will be available on my Patreon. The template allows you to cut out multiple pieces in bulk on your cutting machine for selling at craft shows, so that's what I use. I also have a free version of this template available on my website, and I did a video before showing how I put it together, but I'm redoing it because I'm wanting to show you how I make this template to make it profitable. I had to make the donut sizes smaller so that I could get a lot more cut on a single sheet of felt, and so that I could get a lot more of these squares cut out. In the free version, everything is larger because that free version is just kind of a print and cut one-time use that you might want to make as a gift, so you can make the donuts bigger. This version here that I'm going through is for making it in bulk, and you can see here I'm showing you all the little additional things that I use. All these little letters I had in a package from the dollar store. I'm going to change this 3. I'm going to cut it into a U because I ran out of little U letters, so I have to pick up some more of those. But these are really great. Here's a Q. I'm going to turn that into an O. They're just little felt peel and stick letters and numbers that I get from my local dollar store. They're pretty common. And so I don't have those included on the template, but everything else you see here, all the little pieces and circles, those are all included in the template. I also have this amazing printed polka dot felt. I'm using an 8" by 8" sheet of felt, and it is 1.2 millimeters thick. I'm really hoping to get this up on my website also for sale. I have different types of Korean felt on my website that I sell. They're all from Korea. I order them in bulk and then I cut them down to size. So I'm hoping to have this polka dot blue one available to purchase as well. I'm also going to be using a few little strawberry buttons. Those are optional. I'm going to hand sew them onto one of my strawberry flavored donuts. You can do that if you want to, or you can do something that's a little bit more simple and less time consuming. I'm going to go ahead and use the strawberry buttons just for fun. But in case you are new to my channel, yes, I always use an 8" by 8" or 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter sheet of felt. I build the activity on top of that page, and then this is what I do. I sell them at craft shows and people can build their own little sensory book for their children. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with using a clear sheet of plastic vinyl, and I'm going to sew that in between 2 of the squares on the inner part of it. And I also have these 2 little smaller pieces included in the template. I'm going to sew those in place as well. And you might have noticed I'm using a pink and a white here. That's only because I didn't want to use up all of my pink felt or all of my white felt, so I just switched. I switched up the coloring for the inside. This will be the lid of the donut box. So the outside will be pink, the inside will be white. And then I'm going to sew. I trim off the excess vinyl and I sew around the border. So this is what it looks like when you're done that part. And then you have a solid square there. I'm going to be sewing that right down onto the page, but when I sew it, I'm going to fold in those tabs underneath it, so that I'm sewing them as well. That's what keeps the whole donut lid attached to the page. So once I get it placed where I want it, I'm going to just sew around the whole border of that pink square. And that's what it looks like. It allows the little donut box to open and close. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all my icing and I'm just going to hot glue those onto the donut. You can see here I'm using a super thick thread to first sew on the optional strawberry button. But once that's sewed on, I just use hot glue to hot glue all the icing on. And then all those little donut icing holes where it cut out in the center, I'm going to hold on to those and hot glue them onto the page. And then use some self-adhesive Velcro dots. I'm going to hot glue them onto the tops of the donuts on the bottom side of them, and then also on those dots so that children can match up the colored donuts in the correct place. And then I'm peeling off these peel and stick felt letters, and I'm using hot glue to attach them to the page. This part is really fun. My favorite part, here's where you bring out some fabric paint. If you don't have fabric paint, you could probably just use some different colored Sharpie markers. but I'm putting on some decorating onto all of the donuts. I'm really sorry about this. My phone cut out the part where I recorded, but I used this thick 3mm felt. I hand cut that and I just sew it in between the front page, my polka dot page, and then the back side is just another 8" by 8" sheet of felt. I sew that between all around the border, and then I use my heavy duty hole punch to put 2 holes in it, and I just use the binder rings to connect pages so that when people are at my craft show they can pick and choose the pages they want, and I connect them with binder rings. That's it for this page. It is so cute. It's really fun. Little kids love it, and yeah, it's adorable. Okay, thanks guys. See you in the next video.